Guys, today I am going to be filming a video responding to your beauty hot takes or unpopular opinions about beauty or the beauty community. This video style was created by Emily Noel. I thought it was a really awesome idea. I'll have Emily's video linked down below. I've also seen Samantha March, Kelly Gooch, Alex from One Beauty Addict, Sarah Rose, a couple other people have been doing this as well, and I just thought it was really fun. And I don't think I get very opinionated with you guys, and I would love to let you guys know my thoughts on some certain things. And there are some things in here where I was like, yes, so true. So I did ask you guys on my Instagram, on my Instagram story, so I do have some hot takes here that I'm going to be responding to, and then I would love to do more of these videos. So if you have any other hot takes you wanted to leave in the comments for me to respond to, I would greatly appreciate it. So the first hot take says that people need to stop complaining about the releases, don't buy them, and just shut up. I agree. I think that, like, I see these releases and I'm like, oh, another one, you know, but I don't make a big deal about it. It's not the biggest deal. Their brands are doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's obviously working for them. People are buying product. And Marlena from Makeup Geek recently did a live stream with Jen Loves Reviews, and she mentioned that, like, again, like, it's kind of like our attention span with makeup. We get over stuff and bored of things so quickly, and we can't just be like satisfied with a product for a couple months. After a couple weeks, we're bored, we're ready for the next thing. And that's not true for everyone, but that's true for so many people. That's why brands keep putting stuff out, because they need to be relevant. And that makes me think of like some of these shows where they have like 2 seasons in a year, because they're trying to keep going until people get over the concept of the show. So I don't think anything is wrong with brands releasing this much. Now, sometimes when I see ColourPop release these palettes, the ones that they've released recently, they're all like very similar. Like one's more red, one's more orange, one's more purple, but they're all very similar. And I'm happy that they're releasing that many, because it's really been one of the reasons I've kind of not fallen out of love. You guys know how much I love ColourPop, but like I used to be buying something like every month, every other month, and I haven't purchased anything from them in a while, which I do feel really happy about. And part of that is the fact that they have been releasing so many products, and they're palettes that are very similar. So I think like the Anastasia Norvina palettes, that was ridiculous. Releasing like all 3 of those, and I think it's ridiculous not for the purpose of like, oh, that was it's too many palettes, I can't spend my money on all of them. I didn't want all of them, but they didn't do themselves any favors by like not spacing out the releases by like a month at least. Like, let your own product have some hype first. Like, I do feel bad for Jackie Aina that right after her palette came out, the Norvina Pro 1 came out, and then shortly after that, the 2 and 3 came out like the same week or like 1 week from each other, which is crazy. And then the Carly Bible palette is out now. So like, if Anastasia released just like 1 palette a month, that would be awesome. But like, what they did with the Norvina palettes was just crazy. And again, you're not letting your own product get really hyped up, and that might be, I don't know what their sales are going to be like on those palettes, because I think a lot of people were annoyed by that. And I'm not buying them just because I'm not interested in the colors. I think the concept is cool though, but I mean, it might be ColourPop and Anastasia shooting themselves in the foot by doing that, but like in general, no, I don't think people need to, like, it is silly to when people go on and on, like I get it, but it doesn't bother me that badly. So the next hot take says, just because we are beauty channels does not mean we can't make other types of videos. And I totally agree with that. I think your channel is yours and you should be able to make videos on whatever you want. I will say though, I don't watch non-makeup related videos hardly ever. So the only person where I actually watch their vlogs is Emily Noel. I love her and I love her family so much. And then I'll watch a vlog if it's like going to Ipsy or like going to a beauty related event. I'll watch a vlog, but other than that, I don't like non-beauty related content. I watch one fashion channel, and I'm just not, you guys can tell by the stuff that I wear very basic clothes. I think that everyone is entitled to film whatever they want on their channel, but I'm just not going to watch stuff that's not beauty related, which is fine. I think that if you are okay where like maybe your audience only wants to watch beauty videos and you don't get as many views on your lifestyle videos or cooking videos or whatever, and you're still happy with the fact that you made that video, that's fine. I definitely think that like you should be able to film whatever you want on your own channel. The next hot take says, I only trust a few people to not be corrupted by sponsorships or ads. And I understand this. So I don't know that everybody is like corrupted by sponsorships. I think you can be genuine and be sponsored. I do, however, think that a lot of people see how much money they can get from something and it's okay, or maybe they haven't tried it before, but they'll try it, like it enough to do a sponsored post on it. I don't really care when people do sponsored videos. I do have to say that I know that there were a couple channels that I was watching where like they were posting a video like once a month, and every time they posted a video, it was sponsored. However, Shane Dawson, Rylan, Morgan, like all three, like everybody in their group, like every single one of their videos that they post is sponsored, and nobody has any issue with that. But for some reason, when it's like the people in the beauty community, people have an issue with it. I really think it depends, because I guess like a lot of times with Shane's things, you're like pushing a service, and with beauty, usually you're pushing a product, and I don't know. I can see the differences a little bit, but I do think people aren't quite so fair with who can do sponsorships whenever they want, and then others can't. So for me, I don't really care at all about sponsored posts on Instagram, because it's just a little Instagram picture. I'll give it a like and move on. I do think, you know, obviously a sponsored video is a lot more work. And for me, it depends on the person that's posting it, whether I'm believing they're genuine or not. But I do understand that people need to make money, but if you can be truthful and make money talking about a product that you already love, then that's amazing. I don't know how often that happens, but I'm sure it does sometimes. So I'm not too intense feeling about that. The next thing is, I really dislike if people are too scared to say how bad a product truly is and they sugarcoat it. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. So people are terrified of coming across as negative. I'm a really negative person. Not all the time, like you wouldn't know it at work. I am very like positive and very helpful and very kind, but like I don't think everything is sunshine and roses. Like I am not going to be someone where like every time I test something, I'm like, oh, I love it, it's amazing, because it's not. Like I know maybe there are some people that truly aren't that picky about products and like they'll wear whatever, but that's more people who like just wear makeup because they want to put some makeup on their face, not really people that like test a ton of products and stuff like that. If you're like really testing stuff, you have more opinions. Like you're probably a little bit pickier than like the average person that just wears makeup. But I definitely do agree that most people are very afraid of sharing a negative opinion of a product because they don't want to come across as being negative. And I remember when, I can't remember her name, Bentley Blonde on YouTube forever ago used to do a video called Crap Products, and I thought it was amazing because she was being genuinely honest about stuff that she hated. And Haley from Just Buy the Makeup does like crappy products that crapped me off, and I think that's hilarious. It's not that many people do that. Even when they do like products I regret buying and stuff like that, usually they'll try to find some positive about it, or like maybe suggest something else that they prefer, which I don't think is a bad thing, but like it's okay to be like, hey, this freaking sucks, I hated it because of this, this, and this, and I don't recommend it. I don't think you always have to say, but it might work for you. Like people are so sensitive these days, and it's okay if we don't like the same stuff. And I understand where YouTubers are coming from, because people do leave comments like, that's my favorite product, how dare you talk bad about that, which is just insane to me. The next hot take says multitasking is okay, but we should be researching a bit more about ingredients, for example with lip products. So I do notice like with Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks, a lot of people use them as liquid liner. That would make me like a little nervous. So I do agree with like making sure that you need to check ingredients and see if they're safe for all parts of the face. I think that like that's a good thing to do, but I just like use makeup in a conventional way. I kind of use things for what they're meant to be used for, so I don't really have an issue with that. I also don't have sensitive skin. Like I can use an eyeshadow on my cheeks or a blush on my eyes and be fine, but that's kind of like as crazy as I go. I don't know anything about ingredients. Mad props to Jen Loves Reviews for like researching so much about ingredients. That sounds like very overwhelming, and I'm not at all interested in that, but it like in doing it myself. But I do see where this comment is coming from. And here this hot take says ColourPop and Anastasia are overwhelming the market, and that is kind of what we talked about earlier with all these releases. And I think that those brands in particular, like Anastasia, is becoming like the like expensive version of ColourPop, in the fact that like they're releasing stuff like this. At least ColourPop stuff isn't expensive, but I hope people don't feel like a need to collect them all. And like I said, I think these brands are kind of shooting themselves in the foot because they're not even letting their own product like get hyped for like, again, like space your stuff out by like a month or something. Like ColourPop is releasing a palette like every week, every 2 weeks, and they're looking the same. Like if you want people to buy your product, like if you make a little less, then maybe you can make them look different from each other. So I know that there's a method behind everybody's madness, but like, yeah, those two brands, especially recently with their palettes, it's just been like, you guys aren't doing yourself a favor by not giving a little bit of break in between the palettes to let them get hyped and then people move on to the next one. I do agree with those two brands. Not everyone looks good with the V-shaped under eye concealer, especially deep set eyes like me. I definitely do agree. I do see the importance of, like, if you're highlighting under your eyes, to bring a highlighting concealer down the center of your face, because if you just have it under your eye, it looks really crazy. I was watching one of the housewives recently, and in like one of their little like interviews they were doing, she had like intense under eye concealer and nothing else, so then it made the rest of her face look really dark and orange. Her under eyes look crazy. So I know, like last summer I was using a concealer that was too light for me and setting it with a brightening powder, and I looked crazy. I got so many comments on it. I couldn't figure out what it was, and I really just needed a darker concealer and a different powder with it, and I would have been fine. But yeah, I don't think that this works for everyone. I don't think it's necessary. It's a waste of product sometimes, and if you can just do like a couple dots or whatever, like whatever works for you. But I do think that sometimes, especially when it's like Shape Tape, y'all, that's like such full coverage concealer. I would usually draw a line like this and then like a couple of dots right here and blend it in, or I'll do like a line here and not fill it in and then just blend it out, because you don't need to like shellac it on your face at such full coverage and such an insane waste of product. And I agree, it doesn't look good on everyone. The next hot take says that most mascara formulas are the same, only the wand is different. And I think that's probably really true. Like, I think there are some mascara formulas that are a little bit more wet, a little bit more dry, but really what makes a mascara special is the brush. I think the reason that Maybelline Great Lash is the like #1 mascara, which we all know, like Great Lashes like sucks. That is the most basic of basic mascara. It is only the best selling mascara, I think, my conspiracy allegedly, because it's the cheapest mascara, and makeup artists don't use the applicator that comes with it. They just use their little like disposable applicators because they just need some base mascara because they're going to put some false lashes on. Like, no one wants to use Great Lash. Like, I think it's for a lot of people, they're like first mascara, but like it sucks. It does nothing for you, and it's because of the brush being so basic. So I definitely think what makes a mascara special is the brush. And you can, like I said, have like a little bit more of a wet formula or a dry formula, but I definitely agree that the brush is what makes the mascara. And the next hot take says, I don't care about YouTuber pets when they talk to them in a baby voice or purposely include them in a video. I agree to some extent. I like when people like post their pets on like Instagram and stuff like that. I like seeing that. I think it's cute. I think it's really silly when people like say hi to the camera. Obviously animals don't freaking talk. Say Scooby-Doo. So like people like say hi, say bye, like that stuff is stupid to me, because I'm just like you can be like, oh, my dog came in the room, you want to see, like, and show what their dog looks like. I think that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I think most people get annoyed by people talking to pets in like a baby voice. But yeah, when people are like specifically when they're like, oh, say hi, say bye, like, and they like wave their paw, ridiculous. Bigger YouTubers should be able to film close-ups of the products that they're talking about, and I definitely think that would be helpful, especially for like swatches, or if people tend to be very zoomed out when they're filming videos and they're holding something up. Girl, I can't see it back here, what you talk about? So I do think close-ups would be really helpful. I do know that it would take a lot longer to edit your videos putting that in. It is something that I have not done yet. I'm not a big YouTuber obviously, but I do like when people include that in videos. I do think it's very helpful. It's something that I think like elevates the editing of your videos. I don't know if it's like 100% necessary, but I do think if you're trying to show swatches or you're trying to show a product and you're extremely zoomed out and people can barely freaking see this little ant that you're holding up, like, yes, it would be very helpful. And I do understand that like there should be some higher expectations for YouTubers that have a large channel, because y'all making bank off this, and especially if it's your job, I think it's not crazy to say that people are expecting YouTubers to put a little bit more time and money and production value in their videos if it is their full-time job. And the last two hot takes are things I feel very passionate about, and I will try not to go on and on, but if y'all would like to talk more about this, let me know. And this one I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So this says, all project painters cheat when painting makeup. Basically, they eat their makeup. And I 100% agree. Now, maybe not everyone, but I have seen, like, when people give some like tips about how they use up their products. I always wonder, how do people get through nail polishes? If you're painting your nails every single day the same color, that's a waste to me, because like, your nail polish is not completely coming off. If it's chipping in a day, that's a bad nail polish. You know what I mean? Like, if you're putting it on to take it off to put the same color back on, first off, I ain't got the time for that, and that seems like a real waste. That's why I've never done a project polish or put one into a project pan, because no, girl, nail polish lasts for a really long time. I'd rather just use it whenever I feel like it, and if I never work through a nail polish bottle, I just end up throwing it away, whatever, that's fine. Like, I do not get that. That is crazy to me. And then I have seen tips from people about how they use their eyeshadow and like really digging their brush in, or like putting it on the brush, tapping it off, putting it on the brush, putting it on their eye, whatever, ways to get through products. And I'm like, like, it's making sense now, but it's not necessary. But 100%, like, spoiler for my fall project pan, I just used up a lipstick. Girl, let me tell you, this lipstick and lip gloss, I was like, ooh, my lips are a little dry. Lipstick, and I was applying it instead of chapstick. You guys, I'm so terrible about reapplying lip products like on a daily basis. If I wasn't panning, I wouldn't do it. I would put it on, you know, in the car when I get to work, and then I would never touch it up all freaking day long. I tell you that. So like, I am specifically using products because they're in a project pan. I was using like the e.l.f. tinted lip oil, which is so thin it wears off really quickly. Girl, I was putting it on in the car 3 times on the way home to go eat dinner, or like, I'm going to go get breakfast. I'm putting it on. Like, I definitely was reapplying it way more than I ever would have, and that's how I got through it. I don't think with this example I was to the point of wasting it, but when I was panning my MAC Asian Flower lipstick, girl, I was putting it on like chapstick. That's a hot purple lipstick. I was putting it on at home when I ain't doing jack. And to me, I felt like I was cheating a little bit, but I wanted to get that sucker used up. And like, yes, I agree. People do eat their makeup. They are using it way more than they ever would just because they're trying to use it up. And who knows, maybe I'm the only person that's doing this, but yes, I agree with you about that comment. Conspiracy, allegedly. You know what I mean. So then the very last comment is something else I feel very passionately about. So it says, I strongly dislike when creators say they can't use a product on camera, or they're decluttering a product because it's limited edition and they can't use it on their channel. I feel like it's that mindset that has all of us scrambling for new releases instead of using the beautiful things we already own. And I definitely do agree with that. When I see people that are like decluttering because it's limited edition, and it's like high-end stuff too, then I'm like, did you buy it like just to do a video on it and then you kept it and then you decluttered it? Like, unless you got it for free, maybe, but like, to me, that's crazy. That is so wasteful. Like, you're gonna get rid of something just because it's limited edition, then you never should have bought it in the first place knowing it was limited edition, if that was something that was gonna really bother you. You know what I mean? Like, people are buying products because they want to be the first one that puts out this review, but if you're gonna get rid of it later, what a freaking waste. Like, it's one thing if you like try something, you don't like it, you return it, or like you held on to it and got rid of it because you don't like it, but to get rid of something because it's a limited edition, you knew that when you bought it, and then you shouldn't have bought it in the first place. You know what I mean? It just seems a little bit wasteful. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are really happy to be receiving the product that these YouTubers are decluttering, and you know, it's making someone else happy, but like, I think that's a silly reason. And you guys know, in my seasonal makeup must-haves, I tell you, I'm going to mention things that are discontinued or limited edition. I'm not trying to rub it in your face. I'm letting you know what I'm going to be using, because I do use that. Right now, what I'm wearing on my lips is the Too Faced Melted Matte lipstick in Hot Butter Rum that was part of the holiday set from last Christmas. Girlfriend, look, I love this color. I'm wearing it today whether it's available or not. I like it. Like, I bought it. I'm going to wear it. I am going to wear it on camera. So yes, I do understand there are times when you might be mentioning something in a video that was limited edition or discontinued, and then people are bummed because they can't get it. But I don't think people are ready to burn you at the stake for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay for someone to be annoyed with you, and you don't have to throw away your whole makeup collection because of it. You know what I mean? But for me, if I'm wearing, like today, something that's limited edition, like, I'll let you guys know. And some products you can find on eBay, Amazon, Poshmark. Like, sometimes there's still options to get these things if you weren't able to. And there are so many of us that do have those discontinued products or those limited edition products. So for someone to use them or mention them in a video, like in some kind of a throwback video like That Girl Shay XO does, then it reminds other people to pull them out of their collection, like this comment was saying, instead of just buying new stuff, so that they're using the stuff the YouTubers are using because it's new. So I definitely, I mean, y'all know I still buy new stuff, but I've never gotten rid of something because it's limited edition. That is silly to me. You shouldn't have bought it then if that was something that was going to bother you that badly. And I know a lot of people get stuff for free, so if you're one of those YouTubers that does get stuff for free, you do a video on it and then you pass it on because it's limited edition, like, okay, whatever. That is fine. You didn't spend your own money on it, so you don't necessarily maybe have that pool to be like, oh, should I keep it or not, because it's a good product and I spent money on it. And I would love to know your all's thoughts on that and any of these other beauty hot takes in the comments down below. I would also love it if you guys love me some more hot takes. I would love to do another video like this. I thought it was really, really fun, and I was really excited for this video to share some of my personal opinions with you guys, because like I said, I don't get too opinionated on my channel, not because I'm afraid of being negative, but just because I know how sensitive people are, how different people are on issues, how serious people are about things. So I just get nervous talking about that kind of stuff on my channel because I really don't want to make anybody upset. So I just kind of avoid topics instead of being dishonest and just being positive all the time, because that's not me. I just kind of avoid topics. So I would love to like start sharing more opinions with you guys and like being more real and negative, because I am. I'm negative in a way where I feel like I'm realistic. I'm not negative about everything all the time, but like I'm not afraid to say something that might be viewed as like negative. You know, you feel me? You feel me? I don't even understand what I'm saying anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. And hopefully you're leaving me some comments down below, and I would love it if you guys could give me a thumbs up on this video. That does help my channel out a lot. It helps the videos get more recommended, get some more views, which I would of course appreciate. And thank you guys so much for your view. Please subscribe to my channel as well so you can see more videos coming from me. My life, I'm behind, I'm working on it. I don't know. Life is crazy. So I need to stop talking. Thank you. Goodbye.